Imagine your body as a strong stone house, solid, dependable, built to last. But year after year, quietly, without a sound, a single brick begins to loosen, then another, and another. One day the floor beneath your feet starts to shift slightly. Just a small change, nothing urgent, but something deep inside you knows. The foundation is weakening. This is exactly how muscles disappear after 60, not suddenly, not dramatically, but quietly, subtly, like someone erasing them with an invisible hand. You begin moving less, then standing becomes harder. One day you stumble on a flat surface, you laugh it off, but inside you wonder, what's happening to me? Here's the truth no one tells you. This isn't just aging, this is muscle degradation, a silent process that most people don't recognize until it's already stealing their strength. And what's most alarming? Even the healthiest older adults, those who stay active, eat well and feel energetic, are often missing one crucial element. One simple, affordable ingredient that could stop the process of muscular loss in its tracks. If this opening made something stir within you, if it reflects a reality you've been living, don't ignore it. Subscribe now and stay with us. Sometimes the most important truths are hidden in what no one talks about, and what you'll discover here may be the very shift your body has been waiting for. Let's begin with the first hidden destroyer of strength: chronic inflammation. Unlike the fever that comes with infection, this kind of inflammation is silent. You don't feel it as pain or heat. You may not even know it's there. But over time, it becomes the main reason your muscles weaken. It blocks your body from absorbing protein. It disrupts muscle repair. It breaks down tissue faster than it can rebuild. You don't see it happening until your body begins to feel unstable, exhausted, fragile. But there's good news, because nature offers you a powerful shield. A protector that works quietly day by day, repairing damage and restoring strength. That protector is omega-3 fatty acids. These healthy fats are more than heart-friendly nutrients. They're muscle allies. They help muscle cells respond better to growth signals. They reduce cortisol, the stress hormone that breaks down muscle, and they improve sensitivity to amino acids, making every gram of protein you eat more effective. Where can you find them? Not in fancy pills, but in fatty fish, salmon, sardines, mackerel, herring. Not fried or heavily salted in cans, but cooked gently, baked, steamed or grilled. If you don't enjoy fish, there are high-quality fish oil supplements. The key is choosing clean, additive-free sources, but more important than the source is the consistency. You need omega-3s regularly, at least 2 servings a week, to see the effect. One older man told me he hadn't touched fish in years. Too much work, he said. But after learning about omega-3's role in muscle repair, he added salmon to his weekly routine. A few weeks later, he noticed something different. Less soreness after walking, more energy in the morning. And slowly, his steps felt lighter, stronger. Science backs this up. Studies show that seniors who regularly consume omega-3s experience muscle protein synthesis even without heavy exercise. Add just a bit of movement, like walking or light stretching, and the results are even greater. So no, omega-3s aren't just another trendy supplement. They're a foundation, a silent partner in the fight against weakness, a steady builder of strength where you thought none could return. And all it takes is a piece of fish on your plate, a decision, a commitment to give your muscles what they've been quietly begging for. This is just the beginning. There's a moment, often overlooked, when you sit down after standing too long and feel your legs ache, not from injury but from something deeper, the kind of ache that speaks not of fatigue but of absence, a sense that your muscles aren't just tired. They're fading, and it can feel like your own body is slowly stepping away from you, one fiber at a time. This isn't just perception, it's sarcopenia, the medical name for age-related muscle loss. It starts subtly, often in your 50s, but after 60 it accelerates, Without intervention, the average person can lose up to 15% of their muscle mass every decade. That means that by the time you're 80, you may be living with less than half the muscular strength you once had. And it's not just about movement. Muscle is your body's engine. It supports your balance, protects your joints, and even helps regulate blood sugar and metabolism. When muscle disappears, falls become more likely. Recovery takes longer. Independence begins to slip away. But what if there was something that could slow that process or even reverse it? Something not found in medication, but in something most people consume every day without realizing its power. Enter the egg. Yes, the simple egg. A food that many seniors have been told to avoid. But current research tells a different story, one that could change everything about how you age. Each egg contains about 6 grams of high-quality protein, along with a complete profile of essential amino acids, the exact building blocks your muscles need to repair and grow. Unlike many other proteins, the amino acids in eggs are bioavailable, meaning your body absorbs and uses them with incredible efficiency. But that's just the beginning. Eggs are also rich in leucine, a special amino acid that plays a key role in muscle protein synthesis. Leucine is like the spark that lights the engine. Without enough of it, your body struggles to rebuild muscle, even if you're eating other proteins. This is especially important in older adults. As we age, our bodies become less responsive to muscle-building signals. This condition is known as anabolic resistance, but studies show that consuming leucine-rich protein in the morning can help bypass that resistance and reawaken your body's ability to grow and maintain lean tissue. And here's what makes eggs ideal. They're not only rich in leucine, they also contain vitamin D, B12, and choline, nutrients essential for muscle coordination, nerve function, and energy metabolism. It's not just fuel, it's guidance. I met a woman in her 70s who had lived for years with fragile legs. She could barely manage stairs. Her doctor told her it was just part of aging. But after adding 2 boiled eggs to her breakfast each morning, something began to shift. "I don't feel strong," she said, "but I feel less afraid." That feeling of reclaiming a part of yourself is more powerful than any supplement. Of course, how you eat your eggs matters. Avoid frying them in processed oils or combining them with heavy meats. Instead, boil, poach, or lightly scramble them with a bit of olive oil. Pair them with leafy greens or whole grains to maximize nutrient absorption. This small change, adding 1 or 2 eggs to your breakfast, may not seem revolutionary. But in the long journey of regaining strength, it's a step in the right direction, a signal to your muscles. You are still needed, because you are. Sometimes weakness doesn't begin in the muscles, it begins in the gut. It begins when digestion slows, when nutrients aren't absorbed, when your body tries to rebuild itself but lacks the raw materials to do so. You eat what seems healthy, but the energy doesn't arrive. The strength doesn't return. And over time, the body stops asking. It simply starts shrinking. This is why any plan to restore muscle in older adults must begin not just with what you eat, but with how well your body uses it. And when it comes to digestion, one of the most underestimated heroes is something ancient, simple, and often forgotten in modern diets: fermented dairy, especially kefir. Kefir is not just another trendy food. It's a living culture, a drink filled with beneficial bacteria, enzymes, and nutrients that help heal and balance your gut. And for older adults, it can be the difference between eating well and actually absorbing well. Let's start with the basics. As we age, our stomach acid decreases. This means it becomes harder to break down food, especially proteins. We also tend to lose beneficial bacteria in the gut, often due to medication, stress, or a lifetime of processed foods. This leads to bloating, constipation, indigestion, and worst of all, poor nutrient absorption. Kefir directly addresses this problem. It contains probiotics that restore the gut microbiome, improving digestion and increasing your body's ability to extract amino acids, vitamins, and minerals from food. That means more of what you eat actually reaches your muscles, your bones, your brain. But kefir goes further. It's rich in vitamin K2, a nutrient critical for bone and muscle health. K2 helps direct calcium to your bones and away from your arteries, supporting stronger legs and a healthier heart. It also contains calcium, magnesium, and highly bioavailable protein, all in a form that's gentle on sensitive stomachs. And then there's the tryptophan, an amino acid in kefir that helps produce serotonin and supports better sleep. Why does that matter for muscle strength? Because your body repairs muscle during sleep. If you're not sleeping well, you're not healing well. I remember a man in his late 70s who'd tried every protein shake on the market. "They just sit in my stomach," he said. "I don't feel any stronger." But once he began taking half a glass of kefir in the morning and another at night, he noticed the bloating faded. His appetite returned, his digestion improved, and for the first time in years, he began to feel steady. This is what kefir does. It doesn't just add nutrition. It amplifies the nutrition you're already consuming. It turns food into fuel and strength into something sustainable. If you've never tried it, start slowly. A quarter cup in the morning. Let your gut adjust. Choose plain kefir with no added sugars. If the taste is too strong, blend it with banana or berries. Over time, it will become a nourishing ritual, a way of saying, "I'm feeding my strength from the inside." Because healing begins in the gut. And if your digestion is weak, your body will always be 2 steps behind. So tomorrow morning, before your body moves, before your muscles stretch, ask yourself, is my gut ready to support me? And let kefir be your answer. There's a kind of hunger that doesn't announce itself with a growl. It doesn't feel like emptiness in your stomach. It feels like tiredness in your legs, like hesitation before standing, like the weight of your own body becoming too much. It's not a hunger for food exactly. It's a hunger for protein, the quiet, essential building block that holds your muscles together. And sadly, it's the very thing most older adults are getting too little of. It's a simple truth that carries profound consequences. After 60, your body needs more protein, not less. But appetite decreases with age. Taste changes. Digestion slows. Many seniors eat lighter meals, skip breakfast, or avoid meat. And without realizing it, they fall into chronic protein deficiency, a condition that slowly erodes strength, independence, and quality of life. This kind of deficiency is often invisible. There's no urgent symptom, just a slow, steady loss of energy. A harder time getting up from chairs, muscles that shrink even when your weight stays the same. But there is a solution, one that's gentle, accessible, and remarkably effective. Protein in the first hour of your day. What you eat in the first hour after waking sets the tone for how your body uses nutrients for the rest of the day, and giving your muscles complete, high-quality protein during this window sends a powerful message: build, repair, strengthen. What kind of protein is best? Eggs, as we've discussed, kefir, but also Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, soft tofu, nut butters, or even protein-enriched oatmeal. These foods are easy to prepare, easy to chew, and easy to digest, making them ideal for older adults with reduced appetite or dental challenges. But here's something crucial. The amount matters too. For older adults to effectively stimulate muscle repair, meals should contain at least 25 to 30 grams of protein. This is significantly more than most breakfasts provide. A slice of toast and jam, maybe 3 grams. A bowl of cereal, around 6. But a cup of Greek yogurt with seeds and a boiled egg, now we're talking 30 grams and a meaningful start to muscle preservation. I met a woman in her 80s who had lost much of her strength after a hospitalization. Her appetite was gone. She skipped breakfast often, but with gentle encouragement, she began her mornings with a high-protein smoothie, yogurt, banana, peanut butter, and a scoop of whey protein. Within weeks, her energy returned. Her arms no longer trembled when she carried groceries. "It's like I finally filled a tank that had been empty for years," she said. "Protein doesn't just support muscles. It strengthens your immune system, improves wound healing, and helps maintain skin and hair integrity. It's not a luxury nutrient. It's a lifeline, especially when your body is fighting every day to stay active, balanced, and whole. And if chewing is difficult, there are excellent high-protein drinks and powders available. Look for ones low in sugar and high in leucine, BCAAs, and vitamin D. Blend them into smoothies or mix with plant milk. The goal is not perfection, it's consistency. So tomorrow morning, before your feet hit the floor, ask yourself, what am I feeding my strength with today? And make sure your answer includes protein, not as a supplement, but as a form of self-respect. Because your muscles aren't just part of your body. They are the tools of your freedom, and they deserve to be fed with intention. Some signs of muscle loss are quiet, slower walking, harder breathing, longer naps. Others arrive with sharpness, a fall, a sudden strain, a frightening moment when your legs simply don't respond. And while many try to blame age or fatigue, there's a deeper culprit hiding behind these moments of collapse. Vitamin D deficiency. Yes, the sunshine vitamin. Do you use them, but more than just a mood booster or bone protector, vitamin D is absolutely essential for maintaining muscle strength, especially in the legs and hips. Without it, even a well-fed body begins to fail. The muscles lose their grip. The signals between your brain and limbs become slower, foggier, and slowly the foundation of your mobility begins to shake. This isn't a theory, it's proven science. Vitamin D acts like a messenger, helping your muscles respond to the brain's command to contract and stabilize. When levels are low, these messages become weak. Your legs feel heavier, your balance worsens, reflexes slow down, one step on uneven ground, and the body doesn't react in time. And what's worse, this deficiency is extremely common in older adults, especially those who spend less time in the sun, take multiple medications, or have digestive issues that limit absorption. So how do you know if you're getting enough? The only way to be sure is through a simple blood test, but certain symptoms can offer clues: muscle weakness, bone pain, frequent infections, low mood, or fatigue that lingers even after rest. If any of these sound familiar, your body may be asking for help. Here's the good news: restoring vitamin D levels isn't complicated. Start with sunlight. Just 15 to 20 minutes of gentle morning sun on your skin without sunscreen can help your body produce vitamin D naturally. Expose your arms, face, or legs if possible. Even in cooler climates, outdoor light still helps. Next, incorporate vitamin D-rich foods into your diet. These include fatty fish like salmon or sardines, egg yolks, fortified dairy or plant-based milks, liver, for those who enjoy it, cod, liver oil, an old remedy with real science behind it. But sometimes food and sun aren't enough, especially in winter or for those with absorption issues. That's when a vitamin D3 supplement can make a profound difference. Always consult with a healthcare professional for the right dosage, but many seniors benefit from 1,000 to 2,000 IU daily. When taken consistently, levels rise, muscles respond, balance improves, and strength quietly returns. I remember a quiet man in his 70s who came to a workshop using a cane. "I don't trust my legs anymore," he said. He hadn't fallen, but he lived in constant fear of it. We encouraged him to get tested. His vitamin D was dangerously low. Within 2 months of daily sun, a supplement, and some added fish in his meals, he told us, "I'm walking to the park again. I don't look down every second anymore. It wasn't magic, it was nutritional correction. Vitamin D may not be something you feel directly, but you absolutely feel its absence. And when it's restored, your body breathes easier, your muscles move faster, your confidence grows. So as you begin your day tomorrow, consider this: have I opened myself to the light? Not just metaphorically, but physically. Step into the sun. Make room on your plate for what fuels your body. And give your muscles the signals they need to protect you, because every step you take should feel like an act of trust, not fear. There's a particular moment, often unnoticed, when you realize you've stopped trusting your own body. It might happen as you reach for a handrail where you never needed one before, or when you avoid carrying groceries, or when you plan your day around chairs and resting spots. This shift doesn't scream. It whispers, "Don't push, don't try, stay small." And when this message plays long enough, it becomes a kind of internal agreement. That weakness is your new identity. But what if it isn't? What if your body hasn't given up, but is simply starving for movement? Many older adults avoid physical activity because they fear pain, fatigue, or injury. But avoiding movement doesn't protect the body. It shrinks it, literally. Muscles that aren't used don't just rest, they vanish. This is why your muscles might feel like they're disappearing. They're not broken, they're being ignored. And without a signal to stay, they quietly leave. The good news? This process can be reversed, not with intense exercise, but with something far more gentle, sustainable, and healing. Daily morning activation. It begins the moment you wake, before the rush of tasks, before breakfast. In that quiet space where your body is rested, your breath is slow, and your mind is open. Here's a simple 5-minute morning routine that has helped countless seniors reclaim their strength without fear or pressure. Seated leg lifts. Sit at the edge of your bed or a chair. Lift one leg straight out in front of you. Hold for 3-5 seconds. Lower slowly. Switch legs. Repeat 5 times each. This strengthens the quadriceps, essential for standing and walking. Heel raises. Stand behind a chair for support. Rise slowly onto your toes. Hold for 2 seconds. Lower gently. Repeat 10 times. This activates the calves and improves circulation and balance. Shoulder rolls with deep breaths. Inhale as you roll your shoulders back. Exhale as you let them fall. Repeat for 30 seconds. This releases upper body tension and supports posture. March in place. While holding onto the back of a chair, gently lift one knee, then the other, as if marching. Do this slowly for 30 to 60 seconds. It wakes up your hip flexors and core. Arm extensions. Extend both arms straight out in front of you. Slowly raise them overhead if comfortable. Hold for a moment. Lower gently. Repeat 5 times to stimulate the upper back and shoulders. This isn't a workout. It's a wake-up ritual, a signal to your body that movement still matters, that you still have somewhere to go, someone to be, something to live for. I remember a woman named Clara who had stopped moving much after a fall. "I didn't feel broken," she told me. "I just felt unsure." But she committed to this 5-minute routine. At first, she trembled, but slowly she found rhythm. And then, something miraculous, she began walking to the window every morning without holding the wall. "It's not just that I feel stronger," she said. "I feel braver." That's the transformation movement brings. Not just physical, it's emotional. It restores trust in yourself. And when combined with the right nutrition, protein, omega-3s, vitamin D, it creates a perfect environment for muscle rebirth. Like watering a dry plant that still holds a seed of life, movement tells your muscles you're not done yet, and your muscles respond. So tomorrow, Don't let your day begin with stillness and fear. Let it begin with connection, with 5 minutes of reclaiming your power, of showing your body that strength isn't gone, it's just waiting, waiting for you. There's a kind of silence that enters the body when muscle disappears. A heaviness in the air, a quiet between movements, a sense that even simple tasks now require planning, courage, and energy you're not sure you have. You don't notice it all at once. It creeps in, masked by small compromises, taking the elevator, avoiding stairs, using a walker for just in case. But deep inside, you know this silence isn't peace. It's loss. The loss of something sacred, independence. And that's where we return to a truth that bears repeating. Muscle is not about appearance. It's not about vanity. It's about freedom. The freedom to walk across a room, to lift your own bag, to dress yourself, to live without waiting for someone to come help. And there is one nutrient that holds the key to preserving this freedom, yet remains one of the most overlooked, especially in the older population: creatine. Yes, the same creatine that athletes and bodybuilders have used for decades. But don't let that mislead you. Creatine is not about bulking up. It's about cellular energy, especially in your muscles and brain. Here's how it works. Creatine helps your muscles regenerate ATP, the primary energy currency of your body, more efficiently. This means that when you rise from a chair, take a step, or reach for something high, your muscles respond faster and stronger. Without enough creatine, your energy stores deplete quickly. You tire after a few steps. You feel weak even if you've eaten. Your body hesitates when it should act. As we age, our natural creatine stores decline. And if you're not eating red meat or fish regularly, chances are you're not getting enough from your diet alone. That's why creatine supplementation has become a game changer in elderly care. But here's the best part. Studies now show that even low doses of creatine, as little as 3 grams per day, can significantly improve muscle mass, strength, balance, and cognitive function in adults over 60. And when combined with light physical activity, the effects multiply. One older man, aged 76, had been avoiding movement for years. He didn't like meat. He didn't eat much. He had begun to fall behind others on short walks. But after adding a daily creatine supplement to his morning routine and doing light-seated exercises, his energy began returning. "It's like someone switched me back on," he told us. "I feel present in my own body again." Creatine is tasteless, odorless, and easy to mix into water or a morning shake. It doesn't raise blood pressure, it doesn't overstimulate. It simply fills the gap, quietly, safely, and powerfully. Of course, speak with your doctor before starting any supplement, but don't let outdated myths stop you. Creatine is one of the most studied and safest supplements available today, and for seniors, it's not about muscle growth, but about muscle preservation, because independence is not a gift. It's something you protect, you nourish it, you fight for it gently every day. So as you prepare your morning, your eggs, your movement, your water, consider this: have I given my muscles what they truly need to show up for me today? If not, creatine might be the missing piece. Not to make you younger, but to remind you that you're not done yet. There comes a time, often without fanfare, when you realize something extraordinary. Your body is still willing. It may not be as fast. It may carry its share of aches and memories, but deep beneath the surface, beneath the stiffness, the fatigue, the worry, it is waiting for you to return. Not to who you were, but to who you can still become. Over these past moments together, you've rediscovered something many forget as they age. Strength is not gone, it's only been quiet. And now you have the tools to listen, nourish, and awaken it again. You've learned how inflammation steals muscle silently, how omega-3s fight back. You've seen the power of the egg, not as breakfast, but as repair. You've remembered the gut as your second brain, and kefir as its whisperer. You've met the true weight of protein and the lightness it can restore. You've felt the pull of vitamin D, from the sun, from your plate, from your bones. You've returned to gentle movement, not for exercise, but for remembrance. You've opened your mind to creatine, not as a gym product, but as a partner in independence. And now, here you are. Not at the end, but at the beginning of something sacred, a renewed partnership with your own body, a commitment, quiet but strong, to no longer abandon yourself. So if these words resonated, if something inside you stirred, even softly, I invite you to make it real. Comment below, I choose to protect my strength. Not just for today, not just for show, but as a promise to your future self, because your muscles don't just carry your body, they carry your freedom. And if someone you love is moving more slowly, feeling more afraid, shrinking in silence, share this message with them. Don't let them fade alone. Sometimes the most powerful healing begins not with medicine, but with a reminder that they are still capable of change. And if this journey felt like a warm hand on your shoulder, subscribe. Let this be your space for reflection, guidance, and quiet strength. Not to chase youth, but to honor life as it is, with clarity, dignity, and courage. Now close your eyes for a moment. Breathe in deeply. Feel your ribs expand. Feel the muscles that held you today, and exhale slowly. Let go of fear. Let go of doubt. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are on your way back to yourself. And tomorrow morning, when your eyes open again, your muscles will be waiting.